Hello everyone, welcome to Inconvenient Truths. I'm your host, Jennifer Zeng. Nice to see you again. In our first topic today, we talked about Xi Jinping's biggest fear. As a matter of fact, he has another big fear, which is the Chinese economy. In this video, I won't talk about those boring and perhaps meaningless economic figures. Instead, I'll show you some raw clips from China, from jobless workers to small business owners. Let's talk about what they say and feel about the Chinese economy. After you watch them, I believe you will get a much better idea of the true situation in China and how it could relate to you and everyone else in the world. Recently, a lot of the so-called mainstream media are singing the praises of the Chinese economy, such as this one from Bloomberg. China's official data likely to show economic strengthening. And this one from Forbes. China's new premier shows pro-business side and vows to support private economy. But is it really the case? I must say that I have never seen so many videos talking about how tough the economy and employment situation is in China before, not even during the pandemic lockdowns in the past few years. These videos are from different regions and different people who are looking for work or small business owners. I believe they are more reliable than all the official figures and propaganda, and they can reflect the reality of China's economy and employment situation much better. So I'll share a few of these videos below to give you a vivid idea.
站也是以前那些三格大城现在新的根据地。虽然说这里是汽车站，但是我告诉你，在这里有一个非常奇怪的现象，在这里最多的不是坐车的人，而是那些提着大包小包行李找工作、为生活奔波的人。白天在这边的广场上面都是中介和找工作的人，而到了晚上这里又成了很多人乘凉歇脚娱乐的地方。
我想离开浪山，是不是该出去闯闯？
哎呀，别瞎想，能有个干的不错了。你跟着大王好好干，争取早日修炼成精，这才是正事儿。
Well, this video shows many people sleeping in the bus station called Longhua Station in Shenzhen City. These people are different from the homeless people in the US. They are migrant workers from the countryside trying to look for a job in this city. As they can't find one, and they don't have money to stay in a hotel or rent a place, they end up sleeping in the bus station or on the street. This video shows that on March 8th, a young man starved to death in Shipai Town in Dongguan City, Dongguan Province. Dongguan City is in Guangdong Province. This city used to be very vibrant and full of job opportunities, but now this man starved to death as he couldn't find a job. So you can see they removed them after he dropped dead on the street right there. After I shared this video on Twitter, somebody asked me, how do you know he starved to death? He could have died of a heart attack or something else. Well, because people who know this young man posted on Chinese social media about his situation, they said he hadn't eaten for several days before he suddenly died. Even if he died of something else, it still must be some complications caused by hunger. You can see that he had his luggage with him when he died. It shows he didn't have a place to stay either. He might have wanted to go home, but perhaps didn't have the money for a ticket. That was why when somebody posted about his death, he said, today in Shipai Town, Dongguan City, someone starved to death, and in Chaotou Town, there are people who fainted from hunger. So my working brothers, please don't quit your job if you have one. This year is so bleak that some factories have closed down and some are no longer hiring workers. Moreover, the minimum cost of stay in a hotel for one night is 40 yuan, and daily expenses for food and lodging can range from tens to hundreds of yuan. If you haven't found a job yet, go back home while you still have money for a ticket. This video shows Shenzhen's industrial areas are being demolished. Many factories have already been demolished. So this is where the factories once stood. Now only some broken remains are left.
我是拆东墙补西墙的维持者，拿着信用卡和网贷扛着，挨到亲戚朋友借钱硬撑着，越拆窟窿越大，硬是扛了1年以后，实在是扛不动了，全面逾期。唉，现在扛不住了，崩盘了。现在我连利息和违约金我都还不上了。我这1年到底经历了什么？我努力奋斗又为了什么？每个人都想过上好的生活，但是很无奈，付出没有收获。如果一小部分人失败，那是个人的能力问题；但是如果80%的人失败，那是什么问题？
不光是我们工厂裁员降薪。
Well, the man was a business owner of a toy factory. He says he tried to borrow money from everywhere, including from his friends and relatives, to keep his business going. He tried to keep it afloat for a year. He couldn't keep going anymore. Now he already defaulted on all his debts and can't even pay back the interest and default fees. If only a small number of us failed, it could be an issue of our abilities. But if 80% of us fail, what is that? Obviously, he's saying that the entire system is wrong. It is not his personal problem. Now let's continue.
现在很多工厂都面临着裁员降薪，比如深圳、广州、惠州、东莞、中山、佛山这些地方，现在已经有很多工厂已经在裁员，已经在降薪了。经过这3年的口罩原因，很多老板都是吃着家底儿在硬撑的。原本以为今年会好一点，恰恰相反，今年更严峻。有10%的这个工厂能正常的存活下来，都已经非常不错了。现在还有一个重要的原因，这些工厂裁员，那么会导致很大一批人没有工作。这些人怎么办？没有工作，再裁员，再降薪，这我不是在这里危言耸听，这是目前确确实实真实的事情。
现在
Okay, this female business owner said, it's not just our factory that is laying off employees and cutting wages. Many factories are doing the same. Factories in Shenzhen, Guangzhou, Huizhou, Dongguan, Zhongshan, and Foshan are all doing the same. During the past 3 years, many factory owners have been relying on their savings to keep their business afloat. We all thought this year would be better, but on the contrary, it is tougher this year. I would consider it lucky if 10% of the factories can survive. More importantly, many people will lose their jobs with so many factories laying off their workers. What can these people do? I'm not fear-mongering here. These are all real things happening. Now, let's watch another one.
越来越大，就在这2、3个月，无锡那边倒闭了30个小厂。经营实体店的哥们啊，有钱赚就得干了，不要再嘴硬了。再嘴硬下去，你的客户就会变成别人的客户的了。我的心没有这么大，赚50米一组电器我都换。为什么？因为我要生存啊，没办法，你不干，别人争着去干了。所以很多东西都是被逼出来的。外贸的形象。
Okay, this business owner says the competition we are facing now is getting hotter and hotter. During the past 2 or 3 months, 30 small factories have closed down in Wuxi City. So whoever still has a business, don't be too picky. Otherwise, your customers will become other people's customers. So I'm not that greedy anymore. Even if I only earn 50 yuan by replacing a set of batteries, I will do it. Why? Because I need to survive. If I don't do it, other people will compete for it. Now, let's watch another one.
分享一个我工厂朋友的真实经历，也是老外贸人了，一直做的是慢工家具。去年一个合作多年的美国客户直接发邮件说，在越南已找到同类的产品了，价格还更便宜。本来呢，老客户我也想用你们的，但是我们从越南进口是0关税，从中国进口呢，我们要交25%的关税，所以最终总工会决定了要去越南采购，真的是晴天霹雳啊！万币在战斗岛了。
本以为
Okay, this business owner says the situation with foreign trade has really changed. Let me share a real experience from a friend. He has been doing foreign trade for many years. He sold office furniture. Now, a US customer who has been working with him for many years sent him an email saying that he had found similar products in Vietnam at cheaper prices. Plus, there are 0 tariffs if he imports from Vietnam, but there is a 25% tariff on imports from China. So the board of directors finally decided that they would import from Vietnam instead. For my friend, this is a big blow as half of his business is now gone. Now, the next one.
今年会爆单，仓库里面备了10几万双的鞋子，没想到今年的订单就没有增加，线下的供货商已经很久没有来拿货了，外贸单几乎也没有。
你知道温州人的口号是什么？
Okay, that female business owner says, initially, I thought business would be booming this year, so I prepared over 100,000 pairs of shoes in our warehouse. However, our orders didn't increase this year. The buyers haven't showed up for a long time. We didn't get any foreign orders either. Now the next one.
再穷不打工，饿死不要饭，睡地板也要当老板。但是今年情况不一样了，真的很多在温州做生意的、开工厂的这个老板呢，真的已经经营不下去了。今年真是不比往年太难了。因为我昨天不是昨天呢，近段时间接触了几个之前在温州本地呢，都是开小工厂的，但是工厂倒闭了，真的没有办法来找到我们说进厂。
So this business owner says, do you know what is the motto of the Wenzhou people? No matter how poor you are, don't work for others. Don't beg even if you starve to death. Be your own boss even if you have to sleep on the ground. However, this year, things are totally different. Many businesses or factory owners in Wenzhou can hardly carry on. This year is really different from previous years. It's so hard. I talked to several small business owners in Wenzhou. All their businesses have closed down, so they want to work for my factory. Well, you can see that all these business owners speak from their hearts. What they experienced is the true situation of the current Chinese economy. Businesses are closing down and workers are losing their jobs or cannot find one after returning from the Chinese New Year's holiday. This situation was also reflected in recent import and export data. According to official data from January to February this year, China's total exports dropped by nearly 7% from the same period last year, while total imports dropped by over 10% year on year. The foreign trade and processing industry used to be the pillars of the Chinese economy. Now, both of these are declining. How can the economy possibly be good? And a large number of people being unemployed will inevitably bring serious social problems. Once the social crisis intensifies, Xi Jinping's motivation to bring China into a state of war will also increase. Therefore, all of the different issues are actually interconnected, and that's why I'm presenting these raw videos here. Well, that's all for today. Tell me again in the comment area whether you like longer or shorter videos. Thank you so much for watching. If you like my content, please spread my channel and videos or go to my website at jenniferzengblog.com. That's jenniferzengblog.com. Sign up for a membership or make a donation to show your support. Thank you. See you next time.